It is early in the morning. Well, not early. It's like 7:30, but early for me. We're about to go fishing. Oh, actually, that clock's wrong. It is 6:30, so it is early for me. 今、let me think. 今は6時半です. Or 6時半です. 6:30 in the morning. how would I say I got up at like 6 o'clock? It would be 6時に起きます. Yeah. Well, we're about to go fishing for a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the gym and head on back. So that's our plan for the day. It is 5:30. This morning we went fishing, and then I took a fat nap of like 2 hours, give or take. But we're refreshed now, and we are about to get back to working on Japanese for the day. We are not gonna miss a day, so we got at least like 30 minutes to an hour some Japanese right now. We're gonna do some kanji, some practice on speaking, some listening, mite, mimasu, and yeah, it's probably what we're gonna get done. So let's get after it. All right, y'all. We just finished up the first part of our Japanese today. I typically don't do the time lapses of me just sitting here speaking, just because it's literally just me staring at a page, so you don't really see too much action. But what we did pretty much there is we went through about like 15 new kanji, 5 on WaniKani. We've added about 10 to our vocabulary, and then we went through some of our grammar points because we're pretty much redoing all the grammar just so we have it in our notes. So we have, our particles here and our endings here, and we're going to go through a little bit more particles. So with this Japanese lesson, you guys get to hear how aggravated I am about this topic. So when you're counting things, you don't just say like, it's like a certain way to add numbers. So 1 through 10, you add it at the end. So like if I want to say one thing, you would think it would be, 1 is ichi, you'd be ichitsu, but it's not. It's hitotsu. Hitotsu. Okay? That makes sense. So then we go into 2 things. And you're like, okay, is that one ni? Because ni is 2, so it'd be nitsu. No, it is actually futatsu. And then we look at 3 things, which is hitotsu. And 4 is yotsu, which is actually 4 is yon, so that makes sense. 5 is usually go, but this is itsu. 6 is usually roku, but it's mutsu. 8 is usually hachi, but it's yatsu. 9, this one's funny, is usually kyu, or kyu, but this is kokonotsu. That's how you say 9 things. And then 10 things, which is usually ju, is do. Okay, so that's the aggravating part. But here's where it really gets really aggravating. So this is just 1 through 10. You would think, okay, it's going to get complicated from like 11 on. Actually, it's really super easy after 11 because instead of using su at the end, you just add ko. And instead of saying, you wouldn't say like if we were going to say like 11, so if we used like 11 would typically be ju ichi, but you would think with one thing, where saying one thing is hitotsu, you'd think it'd be ju hito ni, right? Nope. Number 11 through on words, pretty much all numbers are exactly how they would count. So it'd be ju ichiko, or ju ichiko, ju niko, ju sankyo, ju sanko, ju yoku. Like, why can't we just make 1 through 10 the same exact way? That'd be easy. So yeah, that is just something you need to know. 1 through 10, you're going to be using su, and 6 of the words, they're not pronounced as their actual number, but after you get past 10, all of them go back to your regular number with ko at the end. So that's Japanese. On top of that, we have counting people. So first off, when you think one person is hito. This one's actually easy. One person would be hitori. If you have 2 people, it would be futari. If you have, that's the same. Chichiji, hachi. Okay, so pretty much only 1 and 2 would be different from their regular ones. You would think it'd be ichitori or something like that, or nitori. But 1 and 2 are hitori and futari. So that's 1 person, 2 person. 3 onwards, through all the numbers, just goes exactly how it sounds. Son, yo, go, roku, shichi, hachi, hyu, ju, and all you do is add nin at the end. So son nin, yon nin, go nin. Why couldn't we have just done ni nin, ichi nin? You know what I'm saying? Just thought it would be a little bit easier if we just went that way. But hey, what do I know? I mean, the mnemonic I know, I pretty much always remember hitori for one thing. So these are my 2 mnemonics that I've taught myself to remember 1 and 2, since they're different from the regular numbers. So if it says hitori, which means alone, so I always just think hito really lonely. That's how I remember that. And then futari, I think I always kind of merge the words. We're up to some fukuri. Like 2 people are up to some fukuri, futari. So that's how I remember those 2 things. So that's really all we did for our kanji today. So we added on, technically 18 new grammar or new words that we could use. But I guess it's really easy with the counting. So it's not like a super hard word we're adding on. You're just adding nin at the end of the number for people. So that's what we did for our kanji today. Our practical speaking is just kind of talking throughout the day. So we're still on chapter 3. We're probably going to spend the rest of this week on chapter 3 with slowly adding some chapter 4 vocab on and just kind of making sentences. So just getting comfortable with times and talking out loud. So we're going to say the time right now. Ima wa rokuji hon desu. It's 6:30. So if we're going to say we're going to be eating at 7, it'd be bango han wa shichiji ni watashi o tabemasu. So getting a little bit more comfortable on that. If we're going to say we're going to be watching television at 9 o'clock, it would be watashi wa kuji ni uchi de watashi o, or watashi no, or no, actually I don't have to say I, because I isn't actually used a lot. So if we go back to the beginning, it'd be terebi wa kuji ni uchi de watashi o mimasu. So I'm going to be watching television at 9 o'clock at the house. So yeah, we're getting a little bit more flowy with those. I mean, in the past, in these videos, it used to be terebi wa kuji ni uchi de watashi o mimasu. Now it's terebi wa kuji ni uchi de watashi o mimasu. So it's getting a little bit better. I'm just trying to take the error processing time out of my brain, where it's not that little pause in between and sounding a little bit more smoother as I go through my sentences. So we're going to be doing a lot of sentence work throughout this week while we're at work at our hotel in the evenings. So that's our plan for this week, and then also adding on some new vocab. And of course we always add on about 4 to 5 kanji a day. But that's pretty much what we got for the day. After that, we're just going to do some listening practice for 15 to 20 minutes with the workbook, which you guys probably won't see. And then we're just going to eat some food and play some board games at home. So very easy Sunday. I mean, nothing too crazy. We relaxed a bit. We got an amazing nap in. We did not catch any fish. Sakana janai, even though we went fishing. And now we're going to go relax, hang out with the wife, play some board games. But we got an hour in. It's definitely possible. You just got to make time for it. And that's for Saturday. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow on Sunday.